Good afternoon, good evening, good morning to all my writers and weirdos, no matter where you are in the world. Today is Monday, April 21st, and I am KibbyRose. Can't even say my name right. KibbyRose, Authortubes lesbian psychic stoner. I'm here to entertain you and help you be a little bit productive for maybe a couple of hours. Happy Easter. Late. It's better late than never, right? I got my bunny ears on. I didn't get a basket, but I did get a bag. So we're going to go over that. And guys, I'm just working on I'm just continuing busting butt on this whole dance moms thing in the background that I keep blurbing about, but nobody's going to know about for a couple of months. Actually know what's going on for a couple of months. So I'm going to be trucking along on that. I hope you all had a wonderful Easter. Sad news. If you haven't heard, I heard about this, it was all over the news. But if you're not one who's in the news, because, you know, authors tend to dive into their own worlds and get a little distracted. However, the Pope died. I thought it was very coincidental that the Pope happened to die the day after, I think he died on Easter. But I also thought it was very coincidental that it was also happy 420. The date yesterday was 420. So for all of you that were wondering what the lesbian psychic stoner meant, there you go. It is not the dance mom's definition of stoner. It is definitely a different definition. So happy 420, happy Easter. And my heart goes out to all the Catholics out there that are now mourning the loss of their Pope. So on that note, we're going to bring in some happy stuff because my little Easter basket, I wanted to show off this because for my grandfather's birthday, my cousin Joe came into town and brought a couple bottles from our winery. And I wanted to show this off just a little bit. So this is I don't really like reds at all, period. Notice this bottle is empty. I will be finishing up the last bit of it. The best thing about this red wine, there's no bite to it. That usually red wine has that bite to it. Some people like it. I don't prefer it. There is also a white wine that is over there, but this was the one I was drinking, so I wanted to show that off. And then I wanted to show off, I got for Easter a couple Easter dresses. Since the weather is warming up around here, there are a couple dresses that I got. So these are all from Target, but this is the first one. And I love this because we're going to take those off. It's got kind of the flowy bottom and it's got a corset type back. And I loved that about that. So that's the first one. And if you want to see these on, follow me on TikTok because that's usually where I post videos of me all dossied up in all these outfits. So there's the first one. The second one is, correction, this one's from Earthbound. This is the second one, and this one's rather big, so please excuse me. But we have the front here, and it's got the Empire waist with the corset front. It's just a normal back, but it's got the super, super flowy skirt. And that gives you a little bit of an idea of what the pattern is. And these are all the light, flowy summer type dresses that, yeah, I'm super stoked to try on and be able to wear because our weather, I am in Spokane, Washington, but it does get up to like 120 degrees during the summer. So And then the last dress I have is this one. And this one's just a cute, I love this one because it's, I don't know why, but it's so Southern, like with my curly hair. I'm gonna love it. And then this one I also imagined with my boots that I showed off in other episodes. So just a little, that's what I got for Easter. That's what the bunny brought me. So instead of a basket, I got a bag. And instead of candy, I got clothes. And I'm not going to complain because I'll swap that out any day. So that's that. Also, my little bunny ears. I am going to inevitably take these off on the sprints because, you know, I have my headphones to wear. For any of those, if Amy pops in here before she yells at me, want to follow along to what I will be listening to on the sprints. It is Armin van Buuren's Live at Ultra Miami 2025 ASOT Worldwide Stage. So for any of you that are wanting to listen and follow along, there you go. And I think it's perfect time to jump into a sprint because, guys, I've just been trekking along this whole weekend in regards to getting work done. I've already finished episodes 1 through 4 of the pictures. I already finished editing the first episode of our reaction videos. We were supposed to do reaction videos tonight. However, I understand Cora because she gets really busy with the little ones, and I get it. She's a mom. I have far more flexible in my time than she is, and I don't mind doing so. So there's that, and then yeah, we're just trucking right along. I have to do the voiceovers for the first 4 videos, but that's gonna have to wait. I figured I'd get all of the videos lined up for the whole season and then do all the voiceovers at the same time, because the voiceovers I'm actually going to do through let's just say there's a way to do voiceovers through Final Cut Pro. I haven't figured it out yet, and I tried to do it in GarageBand, but let's just say when you're voice recording in GarageBand and you're trying to play the video in Final Cut Pro or Quick Play or Quick Player, it glitches and it doesn't line up the same. So learned that the hard way. Basically did about an hour's worth of work in a voiceover work, and then found out they didn't line up. So I have to do a little bit of research. I know there's a way to do it in Final Cut Pro. I haven't had the time to figure it out yet because I've been doing so many other things. So I'm going to be finishing up the picture project on that note. So let me pull up for all of you, we're going to move this first. Here is our 20-minute timer. Okay, so for those of you who don't know how we work around here, it's in the beginning. So it's the 10-minute timer first, and then we'll be into the 20-minute timer. And I'm saying that to correct myself more than anything. So I will see you all in 20 minutes. All right. And I'm going to turn the volume down very low. So just in case anybody does listen, they won't blast out their ears. Okay. I'll see you guys in 10 minutes in 3, 2, 1. All right. So that's the end of that sprint. I'm just trucking right along with all these. I often wonder if the dance moms have ever actually gone back and freeze framed, like searched through their old episodes, because if not, I think they're going to enjoy the pictures I'm taking, because there's guys, there were some amazingly hilarious freeze frames and mic drop moments, and yeah, it's very interesting to me. So anyway, I have no idea how many pictures I was able to get. Let me figure it out real quick and we'll go from there. But honestly, I'm working on episode 6, and it's kind of funny because obviously I'm just going to explain why I'm giggling here. Right now we're on the part of the scene where they reveal it's Kelly's birthday in episode 6, and all the moms are talking about Botox. Well, it's very clear that the interview with Christy is after the whole Botox thing, because in her interview, her eyebrows don't move. The furrow that was between her eyebrows is no longer there, and it's like jumping between. I think it's the most dramatic difference on Christy, because they keep jumping between all the scenes where Kathy reveals this, and they only really show Kelly, Holly, and Kathy. But then after they do the interview with Christy, they show Christy again. The difference, it's like, honey, you got Botox. Sometime between that interview, like that moment where they shot the footage and whatever interview they put in between, I don't know. It's one of these continuity errors that I keep finding in a lot of the Dance Moms things. And guys, the amount of cameramen, I'm literally having fun spotting Baby Clara, cameramen, and boom mics. Oh, and body mics. Like it's become a game at this point. Anyway, so that's what I've been working on. And just in case anybody's interested, I can tell you I have done 17 photos, freeze frames so far, and named them. So that's where we are with that. Cora, hey girl. Hey, I have be in and out right now fighting computer. With all the things, okay, so if there's anybody out there who is like me that is a energy person, can we send some good energy to Cora? I've been trying to do it all day, but energy is just kind of out of whack right now. I've noticed it. Just, dude, I've been in my own little bubble, just kind of hiding, because the energies are out of whack, things are out of whack. And truthfully, I've been working so much on trying to get all these videos and stuff done in the background. I really haven't been paying attention, except for my spiritual work for my clients. I haven't really been paying attention to energies of things. We did just shift into the Sun of Taurus, which I do have on my little notes here to be able to share, because I do have some clients that are just finishing up their studies, and this is one of those things that I like sharing with everybody, because the sun did shift into Taurus. We are going to have Earth Day tomorrow. We had Easter on Sunday along with 420. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, maybe that's what it is. Maybe everybody's numb from yesterday, and that's why like the whole world just feels like it's going wah, wah, wah. It's very interesting. Anyway. And on that note, for those of you who are interested, on the next sprint, after this 20-minute sprint, I'm going to go over the sun signs and everything else. But I do have a couple of predictions that had my angels flew in on me. Very interesting. Like, well, number one, I kind of knew the Pope died last night, because my angels made me get up for some sort of, I'm not going to try to explain what happened, but basically I was interrupted with what I was doing and told to do something. And I have a feeling it was probably around the time the Pope died. They also had me do a cheers. So I don't know what that was about. I also found it interesting that the song that they happened to make me stop and take acknowledgement to was Listen to Your Heart, which is a song I haven't heard in forever. And it just so happened to come upon, like, I finished the techno song I was listening to on my YouTubes, and I was sitting there and I was like, I was just going to let it play because I was basically packing a bowl for myself. And I was like, I'll just let it play till I finish this and then I'll move it. And it started playing that Listen to Your Heart. And I have it on my songs. I'll have to pull it up and tell you guys the actual artist for it. But it was the remake of it from the early 90s where the brother and sister duo, I think it was. But anyway, it's just interesting. So weird stuff like that happens to me all the time. Like I know when family members die, it's just one of those weird things. Anyway, they're also telling me, I was taking a bath yesterday and just kind of watching a movie, and my angels decided to come in and say, oh, by the way, that big 9.0 earthquake is probably going to hit at the end of April. And I was just like, is there anything I need to do? And they're like, no, you're just probably going to feel it. And I was just like, okay. So there's that. They're very casual about end of the world scenarios, guys. It's very interesting. And then another thing that came in is this is very controversial, and I'm not going to say exactly what it is just yet. I'm going to wait for things to kind of pan out and see where they go. But there's something about this new Democrat, like Tom Hogg, I think his name is. His last name's Hogg. He's like 25 years old. He's rising up in the Democratic politics. My angels have a very strong message about him, and it's not a good one. He's an anti-something. And it's very controversial for me to say it. I really don't want to. But there's something about it where my angels are like, this is really, really freaking important. Because supposedly this person is the hog that bites the head off the snake. And he's in Nostradamus's quatrains, he talks about a person that is for the people, that rises up amongst the people, that is a cunning, good-looking young man. And I don't know why, but this came across my YouTubes as a news feed, and I was watching it, and I didn't know who this person was. I didn't click on this video. It just, again, it was one of those situations where like what I was watching ran out and it moved on to the next one. And my angels came in, and there are so many messages with this one. And I was just like, this video did not come up on accident. And they're like, no. So there's something about him where I am going to be keeping a very close eye on him, not for good reasons either. I'm going to be very hesitant and watching his career very closely because I have very, 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 very bad negative vibes about him. He's coming, and the worst part is like, it was to the point where I was looking at the screen and watching this person speak to the news anchor, and I'm hearing what the angels are telling me, and I'm going, this doesn't compute. Like, he does. Are you sure? But they said one of the telltale signs is he's cunning, he's clever, and he's good. And that is all three of what this gentleman, and I just, there's so many things about this person where it just, he irks the back of my neck. He seems so right, but there's something that's so wrong about it. So just for anybody who wants or needs to or is paying attention, the Hog gentleman, he's 25 years old. He's rising up through politics. There's something off about him. Okay. And also the earthquake is coming at the end of April. Good news. I have some good news, kind of, for all the southern states that have been getting hit by this bad weather. You're going to have a little bit of a reprieve of bad weather between July and August, or June and July. They said, kind of, sort of. You're going to have a reprieve from the tornado causing type weather, but the hurricane type weather is going to be picking up. And this is actually kind of, they're referencing that you're going to have a little bit of a lull where in June, where the storms of the tornado kind and these horrible hailstorms and everything else that have been occurring kind of die out a little bit, but into July and August, we're going to have some extremely horrific hurricanes. My heart goes out to anybody who is suffering from any of these natural disasters, because FEMA has been stretched to their limit, and from what I'm understanding, there's actually not much FEMA can do at this point for a lot of these places that are getting hit, because there's only so much money to go so far. And it's first come, first serve is really what it comes down to. And it's kind of, North Carolina, the Carolinas are still trying to get, recover from that. You've got still people, there's so many in the South that are still trying to recover from storms that hit even prior to these tornadoes that have been tearing up. And then you have California that basically got burned to the ground, and Hollywood's disintegrating, and they're really trying to figure out how to help that. And if there's anybody in California, if you want to help yourselves, you guys have got to get Karen Bass and Gavin Newsom and all of them out of there. Seriously, that is the only thing that's going to save you guys. $17 billion on a rail train that hasn't even finished, but you couldn't get water in the fire hydrants, but you couldn't fill up the aqueduct, but you like, and there's so many restrictions and regulations and protocols. And I understand that you want to keep California beautiful, but if you want to keep California beautiful, how about boot out the quarter, like half the populace? Why don't you require that California can only have a certain number of residents? I don't know. It's just one of those things. But if you do that, then the prices of things go up. It's just, I don't know. That's why I moved from California, because truthfully, when I sit back and look at it, it's going to be a long time coming in order to fix a lot of the problems in California. You think it's going to be a long time coming to fix a lot of problems in America? I mean, at this point, it's filtered down to states like California and New York. I mean, I don't even want to talk about the migrant problem that took over New York. It's from coast to coast, guys. It's so bad. And then Florida, they're already all of our big states, guys. All of our big states. And how are we not paying attention to this? You know what's next, the little states. Anyway, on that note, we're going to jump into a 20-minute strand. Because we can turn this down. So that decided to take off on its own. So 20-minute sprint. So I will see you all in 20 minutes. And maybe we'll rant a little bit more from there. All right. In 3, 2, 1. And don't forget. Can we stop with the rainbows and unicorns and just bring back the techno? One of my favorite songs. Hello, welcome back. We were finished with that sprint. I was able to get, oh gosh, I don't even know. Let's figure out here. 19 items with names and labels done. So we are at a total of, and I'm not naming them on the computer because I figured this would be the best way to keep track. So we've gotten 35 screenshots done. And it doesn't seem like a lot, but guys, when you're slowing down and going to like, because yeah, you got to find that non-blurry shot, you know, where it actually looks good. So that's what I've been doing. I've been able to get a little bit of work done. This has been fun. Got my techno music going, you know, the wine's kicking in. It's just a good night. Might have to go to get some little charcuterie tray something to snack on because yeah. Finally got the video to convert to save. Yes! And the damn computer crashed. I'm sorry. Murphy's Law, man. Murphy's Law. If it can go wrong, it will go wrong at the most inopportune time. I am so sorry that you're getting hit with Murphy's Law today. And you were not in the, oh, love, you were not in the best of spirits when I talked to you earlier. So I really hope things get better. You know what? I'm going to do this for you since you're here, hon, and you've had such a bad day. I'm going to pull up your chart real quick, and I'm going to see if I can look at what is going on for you. So give me a second because I have a feeling. Yeah, so today was a very analytical, analyzing, research, analytical type day with learning and growing and evolving. Realities about the relationships. Misconceptions and false hopes could be on the forefront of things. Yeah, you don't have the best energies on your side, my dear, looking at your chart. Tomorrow, it's because the moon is in your 6th house, which is causing you to look at things more practical than normal, which is why you're analyzing everything. If you're wondering why you've been so analytical, Cora, that's why. It's because the moon has moved into your 6th house. And yeah, what moon are we in? Whole other app. Hold on. Too many apps. Too many apps. Not that one. Where are you? There you are. There you are. The sun is in Taurus. Oh, the moon's in Aquarius. Yeah, you and I don't do well when the moon's in Aquarius. Taurus sun, Aquarius moon. Yeah, I can understand why we're having a little bit of a duo. And it looks like Mars moved into Leo too, which is going to cause us to be a little bit feisty. So yeah, Cora, just take a deep breath. Mindfulness, just know the energies aren't on your side again. You and I did well during the like, honestly, when Venus was in retrograde, it seems like you and I were doing a lot better. Even I've noticed this. I was just almost like, can we go back into Venus retrograde? Because it was a lot easier. But the good news is you're being productive. Now I have to resave because the stupid things sound If you need get off my stream, go and fix the whatever, and then come back once you're done, because it might also be because you're trying, and see how many tabs you have got open. If there's one thing that used to bug me the most about people when they say their computers would crash, I would go to their computer and notice their internet was open and they'd have like 60 tabs open. And I'd be like, close your tabs, shut down your like literally close out your internet and clear your browser history. It does actually help on the back end of your computer. Not many people know that. So, but anyways, maybe you got a new camera. Maybe the computer is throwing a fit because it saw you got a new camera. And now it's like, ooh, maybe you need a new computer. I hope not. You can't afford it. You know what? Doge, could we get going with this whole process of maybe getting us a $5,000 check? Because a lot of us could really use it at this point. Good news is I have heard that Social Security has gone up for some people. Their monthly payments have actually increased. So I think there's a lot of people. That's why you don't hear as many people complaining about Doge as you did before, because from what I'm hearing, a lot of people on the other end of things, especially on the Social Security and welfare side, if you're not abusing the system, let me clarify, if you're not abusing the system, have seen an increase in their Social Security payments. And I'm super stoked because the people that I know that it got the increase for, they could really use it. So I would really appreciate it if we could actually get, you know, the government going with a lot of, which reminds me too, I need to check with my accountant about his taxes, about my taxes. Well, my past taxes. I got yeah. Anyway, too much information. My brain, when it gets going on it, the stuff that it's got to think about, it just gets going. The checklist, the amount of to-do lists that are in my head and on paper, it's unbelievable. So, I think we're going to jump into another sprint because honestly, my brain just wants to get going on on this. And I know Cora wants to try to get her video taken care of. And if there's anybody else out there, put in the comments what you guys are doing, what you guys are watching, how you guys are doing it. And yeah, we'll go from there. So 20 minutes back on the clock. We're going to restart this. And I will see you all in 20 minutes. And Cora, hop out if you need to. Okay, girl? All right. And don't forget. All right, that's the end of that sprint. I got quite a few done this time around. Let me get a number for you. I got 26 done this time with all the labeling, which is now on 2 different pages. Got myself a little snack as well. Uh-oh, what happened? Hold on, things just moved on me. Never mind, there they are. Okay. Was able to get a little snacky snack as well because, woo, that wine kicked in. I need a little bit of bread in my system. So, how are you all doing? I hope that Cora was able to get whatever fight she was dealing with her computer taken care of because, oh, gosh knows we all hate having to fight with our computers. And she's not only editing videos, but she's also getting work done for her book. So send her some good vibes and good energy if you're watching. The next thing I'm just going to go over real quick in this next little section. Hello, Kiki. Hello again, my dear. How are you doing? We're going to go over this section a little bit with the Taurus sign. Just because we shifted into Taurus yesterday. Hold on. Let me check this. Yeah, no, Saturday. I was going to say it's been a day or two. So we shifted into Taurus on Saturday. I guess we're feeling the full effects of it today. So since we are now in the sign of Taurus and we have a lot of birthday babies coming up, I'm going to go over just a little bit about Taurus. The first half is for my clients for standard rituals during the month of under the sign of Taurus. So we're an earth sign. It's fixed. The ruler is Venus. The symbol is the bull and the mode is sensation. Colors are all shades of blues and deep greens. Flowers are daisies and dandelions. The attractions or the good partnerships to Tauruses are Libras, Scorpios, and Capricorns. Stones are rose and quartz. Trees are hawthorn or rose quartz and emerald. Sorry. Trees are hawthorn and willow. And this breakdown is for anybody who's got babies or relatives or loved ones in the sign of Taurus or family members or bosses and coworkers. Okay, so sun in the sign, they are reliable and dependable, loyal, trustworthy, often willing to persevere through challenges to achieve their goals. If they have the moon in their sign, it is stability, comfort, and joy are the central themes to the emotional life. Deeply rooted in appreciation for routine and love for simple pleasures. Good food, beautiful surroundings, and a sense of peace brings them peace, basically. Overview of Taurus. This is just the overview of the sign. It represents growth and development, nurturing aspects of the ego, caring, managing, and maintaining, and evolutionary and uncomplicated energies. For the breakdowns, we've got Taurus 1, which is April 25th to May 2nd. They are the manifestation, hard-headed, pragmatic, and stubborn. Taurus 2 is May 3rd to the 10th. They are the teachers, concerned with the development and the transmission of ideals. Taurus 3, which is May 11th through 18th, is the natural, heavily sensitive, self-taught, and nature-loving. Taurus Gemini cusp, which is May 19th to the 24th, is the energy, external adolescence, energetic, and prolific. Basically, they are the baby of the signs. My rebirth date actually falls under Taurus 2, the teacher, which might explain why after my rebirth, I ended up becoming a teacher of the craft instead of just studying it. It's also very interesting that it's May 5th to May 7th because I was on a ventilator for 3 days. Or for 2 days. So I count it May 5th to May 7th, which is still in that Taurus 2 section. So like I said, if you know people that are in this field and you know the characteristics of these signs, they kind of lighten up. People that are born after May 19th between the 24th are very childlike. Those that are May 11th to 18th, they like being outside and in nature. So that's just a little rough down of just the signs for you all. And for my students that are still coming in to listen and get information. And I see Cora. Finally, the draft is saved. Yay, the draft is saved. That's what we needed to hear. That's what we were hoping to hear. And you are very welcome, my dear. I know how frustrating it can be to fight with the computer and trying to get things taken care of, especially when you're trying to do multiple things at once. So I get it. I understand. I'm actually very shocked right now that my computer hasn't crashed with all the programs I have running, considering Final Cut Pro is kind of sitting over here open. Anyway, also, so I just wanted to bring this up because I think it's extremely funny. And I might just do it depending. I think I have a little bit of money left over at the end of this month, so I might just do it. But if you guys haven't heard, Meghan Markle, after she did her, Meghan of Sussex, Meghan Sussex, I forgot. Sorry. If you me take this off. If you've heard anything about her show on her Netflix show, you know what I'm talking about. Meghan of Sussex. So she was offering edible flowers along with her collection of if I may, or as I may, or something like that, whatever I don't know. It was so important and so revelating and so, wow, it's amazing of a collection. I totally forgot the name of it. But it's Meghan Markle's collection. She sold what are called edible flowers. Well, I found them on Amazon. And I thought it would be fun to maybe buy them and try them out. Evidently, they're rabbit food, or AKA rabbit food. They are made of edible flowers. I guess all flowers are edible if you only consume a small amount of them. I just thought it would be interesting. There's so many parodies that are going off on Meghan Markle right now that it's hilarious. I'm just going to put it this way. She threw a hissy fit. Okay, Meghan Markle and Rachel Zegler are throwing hissy fits because they have now reached the level of South Park. And anybody in the industry knows that if you've reached the level of South Park, it means one of two things. Either A, you are doing so well that they're trying to mock you, or B, you're doing so bad that they try to mock you. Now, there's only one way to really survive and navigate, and it's kind of like Saturday Night Live. If you end up as a parody on Saturday Night Live or South Park, the only way to navigate it is to be able to laugh at yourself. Is to be able to understand what they're making fun of and laugh at it. Snoop Dogg reached a level of success after South Park tried to make fun of him, and he ended up joining into the banter. There's a couple of artists, as you can go back in history, and as they were made fun of on either South Park or SNL, the way they've handled it has kind of determined the course of their careers. Madonna, Jessica Simpson's little sister, and that so sucks that I call her Jessica Simpson's little sister, but just I forget her name. There's just so many artists that on SNL or South Park starts making fun of you. If you handle it badly, you will lose your career. If you run with it and you make fun of yourself and you laugh even harder, you will succeed. Needless to say, Meghan Markle nor Rachel Zegler got the memo, and have decided to proceed to handle it very badly, along with, oh God, and I'm going to bring this up, our astronauts that are, oh God, the PR. Okay, can we just say it for what it is? Can we just say it for what it is? Jeff Bezos is so desperate, he shoved a bunch of women inside his penis-shaped rocket and blasted it into space to try to prove his manhood. Can we say any bigger of a statement of tiny penis? Some guys try too hard, da-na-na-na, 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 and then make the girls try too hard, da-na-na-na. Anyway, that whole, oh God, it's a joke. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Absolute joke. I mean, y'all, I guess if being in space for 11 seconds makes them astronauts, guys, I guess I have to turn in my lesbian card because, according to that analogy, my 11-year period where I was bisexual totally null and voids that, doesn't it? So I guess because of that one time, I've got a null and void And I'm sorry, what training? I honestly couldn't think of any other way that the Democrats could literally backhand Sunny Houston, who was stuck, or Sunny, Sunny, I forget her name, who was stuck in space, stranded, by the way, by the Democrats who put on this giant show, stranded by them in space. And like all of the training she went through, all the suffering she went through, and yet Katy Perry is now an astronaut. Oh my God. I can't even say it without just, what a joke. What an absolute joke. And this just proves how, this is what I was talking about, you guys, when I said the old PR tricks are not going to work anymore. The old PR moves that they tried to do back in the day, where they try to make themselves look all glamorous and everything. I'm sorry, that wall between the normal citizen and Hollywood is gone. Like, nobody's peering over the wall anymore, you guys. You guys are literally standing there with the curtains open and the lights on, and we're just watching from the roadway. Okay, there's no mystery. There's no fantasy about it. All you did was insult freaking everybody. There's no glam about that anymore. If you want to be glamorous, go save a life. Like, anyway, so that's my little rant and my 2 cents on this whole shamil of complete and utter loss and detachment. It's like Hollywood burned and they detached themselves even further from reality. Like, it's almost like God burned down Hollywood to give them a wake-up call, and they just stepped further into dreamland. Come back to reality, guys. Come back to reality. We're all waiting for you here. We'll welcome you with open arms. It's quite all right. And it's not as bad as you think it is, because guess what? Change, death, and taxes are the only things that are constant. So anything that's happening now, 5 years, it's kind of like high school. Remember how we always said, guys, in 4 years, it's not going to matter. So let's stop throwing the hissy fits. Let's all just move on. And on that note, we're going to pull up our timer and go into another 20-minute sprint, because I think it's perfect timing for it. All right. So I will see you all in 20 minutes. I might go. My mom said she grabbed some, because I don't do the grocery shopping around here. It's not my house. If it was, I would. Anyway, she said she grabbed me some charcuterie stuff. So I'm going to go up into the kitchen and see what I can grab out of the kitchen. I might come down with a whole nother bowl of yumminess, because right now we have dried apricots. I ate all the grapes and crackers. So I will see you all in 20 minutes, and maybe with some food. 3, 2, 1. And don't forget. So that is the end of all of our sprints, guys. Like that is the end. Like no more sprints after this. We have hit almost the 2-hour mark. So couple of things before we go. I hope all of you were able to get some work done, get productive, be a little bit productive, that I entertained you. I was able to get 19 pictures done. And if you didn't see already, my mom really did get me some yumminess for the charcuterie tray. So I've got some garlic and chives, garlic and fine herbs cheese going on here. I've got some yummy hummus going on. I've got crackers. I've got carrots. I've got meat. I've got dried fruit. I'm a happy little camper here. And I've got my Angry Orchard. So I'm going to end the stream only because I want to devour my food, and not in a ladylike way, because I'm actually hungry. Yeah, but I was able to get some work done. I'm almost, gosh, how many pictures in for so far for episode 6 of Dance Moms? I have 112 photos, and I've been averaging about 150 per episode. So if you're wondering how many pictures are going to be in these movies that I'm making with all my commentary, approximately 150 per episode. So it's been a little bit of a project on the back end, but I'm hoping that at the same time as we put out our reaction videos to the actual Dance Mom episodes, I'll be able to be doing these picture videos as well, and just have it, have kind of 2 things going at once for our channel. So on that note, if you have one, pick up your class, because we're glass. It's, words are hard. We're all authors around here. We're all writers. Words are hard. So pick up your glass, and we're going to cheers out to our closing with may your angels be strong, may your energies be positive, and may karma be ever in your favor. And I will see you guys on Wednesday, 5 o'clock, same time, same place.